Warm greetings to one and all present here. Let me introduce about myself. My name is Mr. A. Jasmine Anthony Raj, Assistant Professor at Department of Computer Science, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. So today we are going to see about the subject design thinking. Specifically in design thinking, what is meant by processing a design thinking, empathy and define. So in that a particular topic is uncovering and investigating a community concerns. So what are the possibilities we can able to uncover, so we can able to avoid or we can able to make sure and we can able to give a clear solutions is based on an investigations process is today's topic. So here one of the most powerful informations where we can able to use with the design thinking is that social innovations. So we can able to have a social innovations by having a better understanding and solving a real time life challenging factors within and communities. So community means it is a set of peoples those are having a problem, so same set of problems. So that is what we can able to give in a real time solving their real time challenges, right? So in this, in order to have start with an uncovering, we need to have an uncover and an investigate a community concerns. So uncovering means what is the problem they have, that we have to give an awareness how we can able to implement the design thinking concepts. So next we can able to have to go with the surface level observations to identify the deep root cause code, and we can able to have an frustrations and aspirations of people's having within a community. So we can able to have a different set of peoples where we can able to analyze them in a different groups. We can able to join together and we can able to ask the problem, and we can able to give a what we can able to analyze and root cause of the particular problem, and we can able to have a frustrations. What are the imaginary process we can able to have analyze their problem, and what is a value of a loss or an affected informations of a peoples over there because of this problem, and we can able to have given aspirations of a people living. So aspirations means what will be the outcome of what will be the solutions where we can able to give for this and process. Next one, we can able to have a empathy and an engagement and an participatory method and then designers, and it can able to have a cover the problems that can be able to matter most to the peoples. We can able to give an inclusive solutions and impactful solutions, and we can able to give the what is the maximum expectations of peoples from using a design thinking concepts. Next one, again we can able to go for a meaning and a relevance. So what is the meaning of a solutions which we are going to identify the process, so why it is occurs, so why this process, why this issues being occurs, and how can we able to avoid this occurs, and why it is affecting a well-being community peoples, and how we can able to make them and safety and or development in their life of and avoiding this such a problems, and we can able to how we can able to improve the quality of a life of a peoples those are affected from this problem. Next one, we can able to also include a problem such as a poor sanitations, and we can able to have a lack of an education. So suppose if you have a very good an educations of a peoples, they can able to understand what will be the situations where we can able to avoid such problems, that they can be educated from their knowledge. Then we can able to have an unemployment peoples, and also we can able to have a problem in specifically with the gender inequality or a social isolations peoples. Next one, we can able to have a design thinking uses and human-centered method to explore the concerns for the perspectives of those directly affected. So here we can able to implement that human-centered by having a different type of peoples. So where we can able to take these peoples with the problem with that daily affected, directly affected, and ensuring the real problems. What is the real problem which they are affected from, and we cannot able to visually symptoms are understood the problems. Next one, we can able to check solves the right problem. So we can able to have get informations from the people. So we need to give an right solutions for the right problem, so that we need to go with the deeper understanding of informations where we can able to give the solutions, and we can able to have a complex issues. So the complex issues can be resolved by having a informations to be checked with the people, so those who haven't identified the root cause. So once we are asking a problem alone, so we cannot able to give a right solution. So we need to go with the root cause of the problem and not with the symptoms. So if we are having a symptoms is just informations or initiations of a problem. So by having a symptoms, we cannot be able to define the right problem. So we need to ask the right questions. So in order to give the solutions for the right problem, we need to ask the right questions and we need to listen deeply, so that we can able to see what seems to be the problem and what is the actual hurting of the community. So by having a right problem by asking the right questions, we can able to understand what is the problem which has affected the community problem, so that we can able to have a targeted people, so that we can able to give an impactful solutions. Next one, we can able to check with the build empathy and human connections. So how can we able to give an empathy? Empathy means is nothing but seeing the problem in the their shoes. So we can able to understand the situations and the problems of their situations, right? So here investigations creates an opportunity to walk in the shoes of a community members and understand their daily struggles and feeling the hopes and fears. So daily how they are affected from a particular problems, that is what here defined as being on their walks and shoes of their community means, and how we can able to adopt or analyze by having in their situations. Next one, by having an empathy, we can able to not designing this by giving a solutions, so not only by technical information, but also by giving a meaning and a perspective of a cultural and social values. So these are the information can be defined by giving also the cultural values. Next one, promotes an inclusive and participatory design. So here by having an investigations community concerns, we can able to include all the marginalized people. So here we have a community of all the people who are affected from a particular problem. From that we can able to divide the marginalized people, so that we can able to hear from them and we can able to represent what is the correct solutions for that particular peoples. Next one, we can able to have a diverse perspectives and avoids an one size fits for all the solutions. So here by having a marginalized group, we can able to understand what the problem, and by giving the informations of an one size fits for all the solutions. One solution should be a common for all the people, where we can able to analyze the problem by having a different methodologies, and we can able to ask the different problems from the peoples. So next one, we can able to have a increases relevance and practical impact. So what is mean by an increases relevance and practical impact means a solution based on a deep community insights are not likely to be a match with an actual needs of available. So here if we want to know about an actual problem, so we need to define and we need to get and we need to have an interventions of a practical issues. So by having a practical issues only, we can able to give an affordable and a scalable within the avoidable unwanted. So without having a correct understanding of a problem, so we might have a wasting our efforts of an idea. So unless we are getting a clear idea, we cannot able to give a very good and we cannot able to get a very realistic and real world connections or and conditions of the peoples. Thank you one and all for giving a wonderful opportunity to see this and subject and a topic. Thank you very much.